My name is Marcela Sinda. I'm currently in project management, but with a bias towards health. So I hope eventually I get to do my project management around health. My first startup was called Daktari. Daktari was basically a platform where I get to give the public information on where health services are located, the operating times, and the contacts. Daktari was a bit of a challenge in terms of how to get in the money, because I relied mainly on advertisements, which obviously couldn't come because I needed a database first. And Daktari was sort of unique in I wasn't getting information on the site. I was asking the doctors or the health services to actually provide the information themselves. So there was a form where I could contact a doctor and have them actually put in the information online from wherever. And that was a challenge because it was a very new thing and most people didn't understand the whole idea around it. It picked up very well. I tried to juggle between working and starting something. That was in 2010. There was hardly so many apps in the market, and especially in health, there weren't so many, and spaces like IHub had not come up as good as they have now. So it was tricky to actually do something that felt new to me. I didn't have, say, mentors or something like that. So I got my database. I would leave work and go to the doctors, get them to give me information, and the response was very good. But it was tricky to work with associations like the Pharmaceutical Board and the Doctors Association, because I'm not a medic in that sense. So it was very challenging. And I think they didn't understand that it's actually, the platform is mainly public health. It has nothing to do with you having to be a doctor to actually be able to give that information, because it was basically just giving out information. Yeah, so that was a bit of a challenge. I wouldn't exactly say anything went wrong. I would say I didn't give it the amount of work it needed. I didn't know what else is available in terms of how to scale it up. And also, when you're rolling out sort of a free platform, people don't understand that you can actually give out information, and maybe when you have a proper database, the money would come in through advertisement or something like that. What I think is, the minute you're rolling out a product, it's because you see the gap. And if you can clearly identify the gap, get into spaces or get into people that have done something similar and really try to get as much information as you can. When you have gaps in your product that you're not able to explain, you're not able to roll it out, because lack of knowledge on a certain subject gives you very limited knowledge, and you really can't work on limited knowledge. You really need to be able to find out as much as possible, get into that space. And juggling between work and is not necessarily a bad thing. The whole idea is get the proper knowledge, get proper mentors if you can, and basically just work on it. Because if you see the gap, there's definitely a gap. What keeps me going is to really have an idea out there that's larger than myself, to really be able to contribute to society. I mean, for instance, how the new Daktari that I will roll out is going to link medical doctors who are not in the country with Kenyans in the country. And for me, the fact that people queue to have medical services, the fact that some medical procedures are very expensive, and there's actually countries out there that can provide that. And people don't have that information. People have to Google that information. And I think if I can make tailored information in terms of health, so that when you search for information relating to health, you get proper information. You don't have to, it doesn't need to take you so much time to actually get that done. Yeah, so for me, I really want to make a difference, to have something that really helps.